What's good, homies, and welcome back to another episode of our West Tigers career rebuild. So we're back with England here. We're about to head into our second pool game of the 2017 Rugby League World Cup. Before we do though, we did make one minor change, and that's to our back five. Alright, so as you can see here, we've taken out Sam Tompkins and we're throwing in Zach Hardacre. There were a few players I wanted to throw in like Ratchford and Gildart, but they just weren't available for selection. Like I said, you have to make do with what you get, and this is pretty much the best team I could come up with. Alright, so our second game here, playing at Suncorp against the Kiwis, and it should be a pretty interesting game. They're coming off a huge win in their first pool game against France. They beat them 24 points to 0. They've got a pretty interesting back five. Other than that, everything else looks pretty normal. You've got the likes of Foreign, Johnson, Dalmalolo, Bromwich, just the regular cast of Kiwis players. As we jump right into the game here, we're going to start off with the Kiwis in attack on our 20. It looks like the block play they're setting up here to the right. As they go deep to Foreign, they shift it out to Nightingale, who steps his way past two defenders until he's finally pulled down 5 meters out. Back on the third, and they're inching closer to our line here through Jason Taumalolo. We don't get him to ground, so they get a quick play the ball, and it's going to be Bromwich running onto it. He's going to score their first points of the game. Just simple straight running. At the time, I could kind of tell that they'd eventually crash over the line, as Goodwin takes the shot at goal, and he's going to slot the 2 to make it 6. Very underrated player in real life in my opinion. Bryson Goodwin, that is. Anyway, we're back with the scrum, as we try and work it back to the short side, and we get smashed in the tackle, lose the ball forward, and we just invite the Kiwis back into our half. So on the second, they make it inside our 20. Isaac Luke that was, with the big fend on Sam Burgess, as he crosses the line for their second try of the game. It all started from their error at the scrum. We tried getting a little too fancy, and we ended up wearing the shoulder of one of their forwards, as Goodwin slots it from right in front, and they're going to go up by 12 points. Alright, 25 in, we shift the ball to Burgess, and he runs into a brick wall. On the first here, we're going to play it wide, as we go to Widdop, shifts it to Shenton, fends off one, runs through an ankle tap, and he's going to score our first try of the game. Some decent power shown on display there by Shenton. As we take another look on the replay, we get the ball outside Goodwin, put a big palm in his chest, almost gets stopped by the ankle tap, but he powers through it, and a nice little dive there to finish. A pretty simple try really, as Widdop takes the shot from out wide, and I think you'll find that it fades away to the right, and we're going to trail by 8 points. So back in defense, as Blair busts through one tackle, gets the pass away, and it's going to be Foreign taking a tackle outside our 10. There's around 3 minutes left in the game, and a try here would really, it would make the comeback almost impossible. As they get tackled inside our 10, they get it out to Johnson, throws a beautiful flat ball to Goodwin, who steps his way past two defenders and gets a little revenge on this left side. Another fairly simple try led in by us, and there's nothing you can really do when they get that sidestep going, as Goodwin converts his own try and re-extends the lead to 12. Alright, so as we look at the halftime stats and just check out the error count for both teams, 5 errors apiece, we're barely completing our sets here. 2 from 7 completions, 3 from 8 for the Kiwis. It's been pretty terrible really from both teams. From the sets they did complete, they managed to score off them. Alright, back in the second half here, as we go to Hardacre. Hardacre to Shenton, throws the dummy, gets it out to Burgess, and he's well looked after on the wing, as he gets tackled around 29 meters out from their line. First tackle, we want to throw it out to George Burgess running onto it as he gets past one defender, and he's going to get pulled down on the 10. Second tackle, we send it out to the skipper this time, Sam Burgess, as he powers his way through the line, and he's going to score our second try of the game. We just basically started hitting the ball up with our forwards, and we just kept it basic and simple. Sometimes I find myself trying to pull some plays off, when really all you need is some hard and direct running. Just like I did in the lead up to that try, George Burgess it was first, breaking the line, followed up by another power runner in Sam Burgess. Alright, so we're going to clear the ball early here on the 4th with Widdop. It's a pretty decent kick, finding space. It travels all the way back into their 20, scooped up by Nightingale. All of a sudden he's one-on-one with Hardacre, and he's going to step his way past Hardacre as he scores off the return. About an 80-meter run for Jason Nightingale. It was a pretty good kick, I thought, but the kick chase was bloody horrendous. Man, there's nothing else to explain about that. It was just the beauty of a return by Nightingale, great counter-attack, as Goodwin converts the extras, and they're going to go up by 14 points. Alright, back in attack with the Kiwis, as Waria Hargreaves gets smashed by Graham, well, I think it was Burgess. So back on 0, as we send that wide to Watkins, and he's going to get pulled down inside their 30. On the first here, we go to Graham, direct to the line, and he's going to get driven back in the tackle. As we set up to the right here, we go to Gale, holds the pass out, goes out the back to Woodip, beautiful footwork at the line, and we're going to get past two of us, Shek at the back to score our third try of the game. It was a nice little try that came together in the end. As we take another look on the replay, Gale takes it to the line, then goes out the back to Woodip, had to reel it in, and the beautiful footwork to get around Sean Johnson, and scores the try, our third for the game. Back off Woodip here to convert his own try from out wide, and he nails it right down the middle, pretty decent kick, and we inch closer towards a comeback. Alright, back in the third, as we take the ball to the line through Burgess, Tom Burgess this time powering his way past two defenders. On the fourth, as we go to Hardacre, puts a little grubber through, and we get tackled after we make the kick, scooped up by Johnson, and he's going to race away for another coast-to-coast try by the Kiwis. There's no catching Sean Johnson here, as he races away to score under the posts for their fifth try, I think it is. I was talking about a comeback, but that's looking highly unlikely right now, as they continue to extend this lead. From right in front, Bryson Goodwin converts the two and puts them out to a 14-point lead. So with a few minutes remaining in the game, we get the ball off a knock-on, and then Graham loses it forward. We don't even get to play that advantage. And it's going to be the Kiwis here. Isaac Luke with the scoot, catches both markers out of position, and he's going to get that cheesy little drop-down try or whatever you call it. As you'll see on the replay here, grounds the ball for their sixth try of the game and the final try. Man, I don't know what happened in this game, but the Kiwis definitely came to play. With this kick from right in front, that's going to take the total score past 50 points. I mean, I was expecting a tough game, but I was not expecting them to put 30 plus points on us. Terrible defense this game, as the Kiwis defeat us at Suncorp Stadium, 36 points to 16. Before I jet, we're going to take a quick look at the full-time match stats. And as you can see here, Isaac Luke picks up man of the match, 6 tries to 3. As always, drop the like button for more Rugby League Live 4 content. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.
I could get you more, a little more, whatever you need, what you need, I could get you more.